Welcome back to the channel where we fearlessly empower others to reach their full potential. In today's act, we're going to learn how to see the best in people so that we can create some fantastic memory tattoos. The lessons for this act will be: if you don't like the picture of your life, then change your focus. We're going to learn how to do that. Next, in order to see well, you need to perceive well. It's in your heart, it's in your mind. That's how you see well. Do not be careless and let the darkness in your life, so that way you can create some fantastic moments into memories. The story I'd like to share with you is, let's pretend we are all, and I'm sure we've all experienced this, on an awesome team, an awesome sports team, maybe a church team, and we're underneath a tight deadline and we have to get this done. But in all that stress, we view people maybe in these common ways that drive us crazy. So you're going to have some people who raise the bar and are doing their best, but you're going to see other people who go, I've got better things to do with my time. And those people are going to drive you crazy. And then you're going to have people who don't seem like they're giving their best. So you have two ways to view these people. One, are they adding value? Or two, are they just in the way? And I'm gonna raise my game so that way I make up for their lack of. No, there's a better way to look at it and say, you know what? I'm gonna go on this journey with them so that way we both can get better by whatever this deadline is. Because everybody, if you look at them in the light, you will see how they add value. Today's verses that we're going to focus on are Matthew 6:22 through 23. The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness? Romans 1:19 through 21. Since what may be known about God is plain to them, because God has made it plain to them. For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. For although they knew God, they neither glorified him as God nor gave him thanks. But their thinking became futile and their foolish hearts were darkened. Matthew 5:8. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. So let's start with a question. How can two people look at the same object or event or person and explain it all differently? Well, let's explain how the eye works. First, the eye will see different lights, intensity, color, and that will go in through the optical nerve into your brain. And in there, it will be interpreted with feelings, judgments, emotions, meanings, and actions. And then you will define what you saw. The key point of all of this is your eye can take in 4 billion bits of data, but your brain can only process 2,000. That means whatever your filters are focused on, and whatever you're thinking continuously about or seeing continuously, you will filter out. So if you're filtered out on the light, you're going to see the goodness in everyone. If you're filtered on the darkness, you're going to see the darkness in everyone. Understand this, the brain will eliminate 95% of what you see. So that is why it's so critically important what you're focused on. The example I'd like to give you is, let's say that there's this dragonfly. Beautiful, green and purple. My daughter kind of likes dragonflies. And you get really close to it. The closer you focus on that thing, everything else will get blurred. Now bring that into the equation of light and darkness. If you are extremely focused on the light, how exponentially you will be able to empower others. But if you are focused on the dark, watch out. So 2 Corinthians 4:4 says, in their case, the God of this world has blinded the minds of the unbelievers to keep them from seeing the light of the gospel of the glory of Christ, who is the image of God. So there is always a force that is trying to keep you from seeing the best in your friends, your family, and what the world and what God has made in this world. So that goes to the basic definition. To see well, you must perceive well. So how can we use focus, like like I said in the picture, to our advantage. Let me give you an example so you can see the difference. There was 3 people that were looking at a house that was 800 square feet with 1 bathroom. The first one grew up, a lot of money, big houses, looked at this house, not for me. The second person looked at the house, medium income family, has lived in different size houses, different parts of the country, said, you know what, this is a good first starter home. And then the last person grew up in a big family, living in an apartment, said, you know what, this house is perfect for my family. So you can kind of see, even though it was 800 square feet, 1 bathroom, 3 different people looked at it, but they looked at it from different views. They perceived it differently. So the same comes if you add God into your life, if you add light into your life, if you see the best in your friends, in the situations, even in the story I told, in the competition. You look at it as, oh my gosh, not another project, not another competition, I'm so tired. No, you can take a look at it and grab it and say, you know what? This is another opportunity. Thank you, Father, that this is an opportunity where I can be a light. There is a way to look at this. So something to be very cognizant to get you in this right frame or focus of mind. Are you watching videos that are full of violence and horror? If you are, please tell me how that's adding value. It is not. It is not adding value. Are you watching your friends suffer in silence? Are you not offering them help? Because whatever you tolerate, whatever you add into your life, you can expect. Meaning, if you don't help others suffer in silence, do you think that they're going to come back and help you when you are suffering? This is why it's so critically important that you can make a difference every day by what you see and how you see it. Much like the story in the beginning, you have a choice to just say, you know what, I'm gonna gossip about them, make fun of them, or you know what, I see a challenge, I see them suffering, how about we all get better together? So Matthew 5:8, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. The next question, how can we turn this using our spiritual gifts that God's given us to be blessing to help others? So Luke 11:34-36, your eye is the lamp of your body. When your eyes are healthy, your whole body also is full of light, but when they are unhealthy, your body also is full of darkness. See to it then that the light within you is not darkness. Therefore, if your whole body is full of light and no part of it dark, it will be just as full of light as a lamp shines its light on you. That means you have a choice. You have a choice to be a light for others or not. That's it. You have a choice to be a light in your own life or not. But please understand this. We can't do this without God being needy. Please understand that everybody is suffering, and in those experiences, how we respond to that either can draw us closer to God or further away from God, or it can draw us closer to our friends and family, or it can draw us farther away from our friends and family. This is the secret that people should be yelling from the top of the skies, but because of our own personal views, it gets in our way. In our weakest moments, the light shines the brightest. In the darkest rooms, the smallest light shines the brightest. You need to understand this. Everybody will go through some hardships. And in those hardships, will we say, as most people do, it's a form of weakness to ask for help? Well, I tell you, God says something differently. God says you need to ask for His glory. You need to ask for His grace. Much like your friends, families, your teams need your grace. They need your help. They need you to be a light. Understand the eyes are the windows to the soul. When you're helping others and they see you being a light, it will spark something. Doesn't matter how dark. Remember, the darker the room, the brighter the light, and they will try to follow. But understand this when you're helping people. You have to understand what your motivation is. Matthew 6:24 spells it out. No one can serve 2 masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to one and despise the other. Will you be devoted to the light or the darkness? Your motivation has to be pure, okay? Bottom line, perceive the goodness in yourself and others, and that will permeate, that will spread like a light. Or if you linger on the evil, it will consume you and it will emanate and corrupt others. You have a choice. Be a force for good and for God. Personal challenge. Personal challenge I'd like to share with you is make a list of times where how much time are you watching violent or horror movies? How much time are you watching horror videos? How many times have you saw your friends, family, or even strangers suffering and you didn't help? Then assess what you could have done. Slowly replace those videos or times and you can add value. Next, pray to God that He will help you get through those things, to spend your time on those things that will bring glory to God, your friend, and family. Next, make time to see the light. See the blessings in your life. Whether that's you keep a journal and you say, I'm thankful for, right? Attitude of gratitude goes so long and will help you know the graces that God's given you. Number 2, take time to see people, the good in people, whether it's maybe your partner, maybe it's your children, maybe it's your teammates, maybe it is all the beauty that is out there. Because understand this, when people are in need with a dark heart, we will not see them. So make sure you have a light so that way you can see them and then help them. Now, team challenge. Sit down with your team and understand how they see each other. Do they see each other in a positive light or a negative light? Next, create a culture where they can share sticky notes in a box of attitude of gratitude, and each week you review those. Or maybe once a week you go around the room and you say, what are you thankful for? Build a culture of gratitude. Next, bring your team together and ask them, what are the 3 biggest things that we need to work on? And what are 3 things we could do to solve them? Collate them and see what is the top one. Take that one issue and over the next quarter of a year, work on that journey. Those who go on an adventure together grow together. Next exercise is group. Put people in groups of 2, and not the people who get along, people who don't see eye to eye. And then they're supposed to ask one another, what is the thing that you've always wanted to improve on? And then the person asking the question will then write a lesson for the other person, so that way they can grow together, and then it will go reverse. So during that next quarter of a year, they will slowly try to improve that together. Because once again, those who journey together will grow. So that ends our act. Please remember to always see the best in people and situations, and always fearlessly empower others.